Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, we'll be going through who should you summon for the patch 3.4.20. So the previous patch we have Zhou here, and then the upcoming patch we're gonna have Lapis and the other red up banner. So I'm gonna go through one by one. I'm gonna give you my own opinion on them, and you can based on my own opinion, you can have some reference and maybe you can judge like should you actually summon for them, because you have limited Wishstone, so you have to like pick the Esper nicely, whether you want to pull or not pull. So for Zhou here, he have already one patch in the game. I would say that he is not that weak, but he's also not that good. Like, depends on how do you like this character or not. Like, if you don't really like the character design, my own opinion is to skip him, but he seems like I have a very good potential of combo with Lapis, because he's able to apply the slack body on the fastest Esper. If you make Lapis the fastest Esper, Lapis is able to get AP push by 25% every time Lapis finish her turn. So it might actually be a very good combo. I'm not sure how good is Zhou plus Lapis in Falsetto Fantasy, because Zhou is not able to apply the overtime stack on the boss, so it won't. For Zhou himself, is not able to do massive amount of damage. Most likely is only here for apply the slack body for Lapis. But let's say it's just Zhou review itself, like in PvP content, it's not like meta changing good. It's not too bad because it's usable, but it requires high investment, and maybe after high investment you don't get the same repay by the other Esper. Like R6 Zhou and R6 Suizai is a totally different feeling if you use them in PvP. And PvE, because of the overtime stack cannot apply on bosses, it's already a date for him. So there's one purpose for Zhou in PvE now, which is the slack body potential for Lapis. So I'm not sure how good is this combo yet. I'm going to test it on live server, but at least at the Rezo here, because you can see the Rezo R2 here is useless for PvE, R6 here is useless for PvE because it's overtime stack, R4 is useless in PvE as well because it's just some reduction, it doesn't matter. Then maybe for the usefulness for PvE is only the stats boost. So I think if you want to get if you want to try out Zhou and Lapis combo, I would say R0 is all Zhou need, which you can use it from the Witch selection pool, so you don't have to rush for Zhou. But I will remain the review until I test Zhou and Lapis together. Then the current red up banner we have at the upcoming red up banner is going to be Lapis, which is our win DPS Esper. Potentially she's going to be the best win DPS for Desolate Land. So Lapis here, I would say definitely get her if you really lack of DPS for the wind type, because the wind type currently we only have issue with like Feng Shun. Suizai not really that reliable for Desolate Land if we are just talking about Desolate Land. And I feel she's definitely the best DPS for the Desolate Land. And for Falsetto Fantasy, I'm not sure yet, but she seems like have the potential for it, because all her damage here is speed scaling, attack scaling is very good. If you with the S3 here, that increased damage against boss definitely is for PvE. And then we have a lot Rezo here that is also going to benefit for her as well. So definitely I would say Lapis is going to be very good. Rezo wise, I would say the higher the better, but I would say R0 is already doable for doing high damage. Divinate here is good for her. I would say D3 because you want consistent speed up. Speed up means DPS for her as well, because extra speed deals extra damage. So yeah, Lapis I would say definitely get one copy, because we need a lot of PvE content. I think PvE content that's going to be more often in the future, and anomaly is going to be Egyptian Esper. Maybe that's going to be more synergized with Lapis as well, who knows. But for now, Desolate Land definitely have Lapis position for the Shadow Stream. Definitely it's going to have Lapis. And then for Falsetto Fantasy, I see potential in her as well. So yeah, this is my opinion on Lapis. I would say get at least R0. Then if you have extra Wishstone and you like a design, then just go for high Rezo. Then for Abigail here, I would say go for R0 if you don't have Abigail, but to be honest, Abigail doesn't need that rush. But Abigail is going to be used more often now in PvP, especially after Ming Short appearance. You're going to need a lot of AP push, and Abigail can fulfill that condition. In terms of reso, I don't think it's that important. Like R2 here, it only reset the Infernal Esper, but in Mingshaw team, you don't really need the reset a lot. Then R4 here, there's some healing, extra healing, min-maxing, not really too much. Then R6 here, reset all ability cooldown for that target. This effect don't work on Abigail herself. So this R6 here is actually pretty good, but if your Abigail is like low reso, you don't have to rush to R6 because the only purpose for Abigail to use in PvP most likely is going to be Abigail start the action, instantly AP push on Mingshaw already. So you don't really need the reset cooldown thing. So in my opinion, skip Abigail. Then Sienna here, I would say skip as well because R0 is all you need for Sienna. R2 here is pretty good but extra 1 turn. Then R4 here is just a min-maxing buff. R6 here is mainly for PvP or tower content, which if you really have the R6 Sienna, you don't really need this effect anymore. So skip for the Sienna reso, save for the other Esper. Okay, then after this, you're gonna have Elif and Ossana for the next rate up. So Elif here, definitely, if you have a lot Wishstone and you don't have Elif R6 yet, and if you really want to focus on PvE content, definitely get Elif to R6. This is your best opportunity to get Elif to R6 because of the discount Wishstone, and just try to get as close as possible to R6 because R6, that's where the game-changing reso for Elif will definitely boost her from R0 like decent meta to meta PvE Esper. Even in PvP, I also use Elif in triple threats to cleave them. It's pretty good overall, and Elif is mainly used in APAP, mainly used in Yinglong, all Falsetto Fantasy and Desolate Land as well. She's a very strong Esper. So highly recommend just dump all your Wishstone on Elif if you don't have her R6 yet, unless you don't want to focus in PvE because she's really PvE meta defining. Then the next rate up is Ossana for the next other week as well. So Ossana here, I would say R0 is all you need to actually play her. She's now doing pretty good performance in Yinglong, APAP kinda, and Dark Starlord. These 3 content is where Ossana mainly shine now because of the bleed damage debuff. In terms of reso wise, R2 not needed is a waste. R4 usually not needed because usually you won't have element advantage when fighting bosses. Then for R6 here is pretty good. So if you have Ossana high reso, for some reason you get Ossana from Go Record a lot of time, and if you're very close to R6, I would say the R6 here actually is pretty good because it inflicts 5 stack of bleed instead of 3 stack. It's some extra DPS, it makes stuff more consistent, more damage, but in terms of value wise, it's not that high value. But if you have like R4 and VR5 Ossana through Go Record, if you're thinking about R6 Ossana, then I'll say go for it because it's actually worth the she's actually doing pretty good with the R6 value. But as mentioned, Elif is still the highest priority. Then the last week here is going to be Hyde and Mavis. So Hyde here originally, I don't know if it's a bug or feature thing, I have no idea, but now Hyde no longer get golden rune buff anymore, so definitely skip Hyde now. Like I thought that was actually a feature, like a buff thing, but it turns out they say that it's a bug for Hyde when they fix Suicide. So now Hyde no longer get golden realm buff, so Hyde definitely a skip. Mavis here is the rate up with Hyde together. I would say Mavis is also a skip. As long as you have R0, Mavis is all you need. Where's Mavis? R0 Mavis is all you need. The reso on Mavis doesn't really matter too much. Like it helps, but most likely I would say that it doesn't help too much. I would say R0 is all you need to actually have Mavis, so skip. So overall, my final conclusion, if you have all the Wishstone, if you have a lot of Wishstone, if you haven't have R6 Elif, dump all your Wishstone on R6 Elif is higher priority than the other Esper. Then the second priority for me personally, I would get Lapis first. Then after Lapis, then I will judge Ossana. Then after these 3 Esper, then the rest is like something extra to go for. That's just all my opinion, alright? So yeah, feel free to comment down what you guys think about it and which Esper are you going for. Do you have R6 Elif, and are you going for R6 Elif or going for R6 Lapis? Or are you gonna save for the upcoming Anomaly Esper? Because After this patch is going to be Anomaly. Anomaly, they're going to release a lot of new Egyptian Esper, and most likely, usually at Anomaly, their Esper is actually pretty strong. Like the previous one, we have like Lu Shang, Yu Jing, the Anomaly Esper is very strong. Then the first Anomaly is like Mateo is performing very strong until now as well. Yuran is doing a very good sleep Esper as well. So yeah, so are you saving a Wishstone or are you spending a Wishstone on certain Esper? Feel free to comment down and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is Gen MP, Yakishiba Tales, Epic Bullet Point, Sky Elk, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Seimer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwatts, Rimu, Choni, Antonio Winterspoon, Yim Cragren, Riku Fred X Iris, Calamity, Rocco Stenzions, Jordan Alons, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest tag. Thank you so much for Code Wilderness, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Choni. Thank you so much for your support.